Welcome back to Lumia Central, and in today's video we will be ranking and explaining every single Klein persona in Lord of the Mysteries. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more videos like this, and without further ado, let's get into it. Now yes, unfortunately there does have to be someone that ranks all the way at the bottom, and for me personally that has to go to Sherlock. I felt like he was just a bit more bland, and I felt like the overall quality of Volume 2 being a bit lower than the other ones in my opinion negatively affected him as well. Now yes, he did have some cool moments, of course, Hero Bandit, Black Emperor, his fight against Rosago, etc. And I like the fact that he was undercover. He did fake his death at the end of Volume 1, so I did like those moments of him, but I think overall there just wasn't enough content with him. We were only with him for a short period of time, and on top of that, he didn't really give us much personality or much difference from the Klein Moretti we knew back in Volume 1, so just overall, not too great in my opinion. But again, he is a great one, but there had to be someone at the bottom of the list. Let's move on to the next one. Now next up, I think it's the most underrated persona of Klein, and that is Dwayne Dantes. Now I absolutely love Dwayne Dantes. I love the fact that this was around the time when Klein already was starting to get stronger. He just achieved demigod stage around when he became Dwayne Dantes, and it was just such a pleasure to see the more noble side of the world. Now yes, I know Audrey did show us some part of it, but this is when we truly got to see the different habits people have, etc. And this is one of the last times we sort of see a human Klein before he truly has to take on the burden of all the expectations, every responsibility that was put on him. So this is one of the last moments we get a Klein that can truly just sort of enjoy himself at times as Dwayne Dantes. So I think it was just such a great character and such an underrated character that a lot of people tend to forget about. There's also not much fan art of him, unfortunately, but anyways, let's move on to the next one. Now next up, and at number 4, I'm placing Klein Moretti back when he was at the Nighthawks and at Volume 1. Now I just love this version of Klein because this is when we first meet him. I know I'm slightly biased because I am currently rereading through it, and when I was reading Volume 1, I absolutely loved this sort of innocent Klein, the one who doesn't really know anything about the world, just became a new Beyonder, doesn't have too crazy abilities yet, but still feels strong because, well, we're just fresh in this world, is considered a genius by the Nighthawks because of the acting method, etc. There's just so much to like about Klein Moretti, but of course, most importantly, his kindness. He's just such a kind guy. This applies to all personas, to be honest, but I noticed it especially prevalent in another one upcoming, and of course this one. And yeah, I love everything about this Klein Moretti, and it's so nostalgic. So yeah, that's why I place this over here slightly above the other two, but the next 3 are absolutely fire, so let's move on to them. Now as we approach the top 3, these got truly hard to rank, but at number 3 I'm going for Garamond Sparrow. Now I know a lot of people either love this personality, place it at number 1, absolutely love him, glaze him, whatever you want to say, wait, pause, or they absolutely dislike him and place him all the way at the bottom of their list. I think he's somewhat in the middle, but he does rank towards the higher part of my list, simply because of the fact that I loved seeing him grow. I mean, he went from a Sequence 6 faceless, just left Backlund, ready to explore the seas, and we see him throughout the entire series grow up all the way into the Sequence 1 Angel of Redemption, Garamond Sparrow. I think it's just such a cool sort of transition, and we see him get stronger and stronger, seeing him be the badass he is. This is the only real personality that just didn't care. I mean, he was out there for the smoke, moving out there like he owns the whole world, and I absolutely love that confidence, and I just love Garamond Sparrow in general. So that's why I'm placing him up here, but let's move on to the next one. At number 2, and I know this is going to be at the top of many people's lists, and you might not exactly agree with it being at number 2, is of course the Fool. Now I just mentioned to you how much I love seeing Garamond Sparrow go from all the way back when he was a Sequence 6 faceless up until the monster he is today. Now think about the Fool. He started the whole Terror Club gathering. He accidentally pulled in Olga and Audrey, the Hanged Man, Miss Justice, all the way back in chapter 6. Now he's owns his own church. He's his own Orthodox gods with countless angels, countless demigods, saints, oracles, etc. by his side, and of course he is the Fool that loves this world, and we all love it. Zeke, well, sums it up perfectly. When he woke up at the end of Lord of the Mysteries, he said, "You mimicked others until you became mimicked by others," and that just perfectly sums up Klein's journey. At the start, he pretended to be this god simply for benefits, thinking he's Fang Yuan or something, trying to escape the world, but in the end he did it for the love of the world, and he truly became the Fool, destined to be what he always was acting as. So yeah, absolutely love the Fool, and yeah, let's move on to number 1. At number 1, and the persona that represents Klein the best in my opinion, the true Klein Zhu, is of course Merlin Hermes. Now it was so good to see someone, a high sequence Beyonder, actually be human for once. I mean, up until now, and well, even in Circle of Inevitability, End of Lord of the Mysteries, whatever point of the story you want to choose, all the gods we see, all the angels we see, they're all corrupted, something's wrong with them in their head. They have no humanity, or very little. Now, it is so refreshing to see someone with actual humanity doing good for the world. Now, yes, I know he did have to digest his potion by completing miracles for people, but at the same time, he didn't do it in an evil way. I remember explicitly him saying either he can simply, well, turn an entire town into his marionettes and perform his ritual in that way to advance to sequence 1, or he can simply create his own town, which is a much harder way of doing it, but he will achieve the same result, and then it is simply a harder way to do it. Now, instead of taking the easy way as any angel would do at this point with little humanity, no, Merlin Hermes still created his entire new town of Utopia, knowing the risks it involved, knowing Zaratul could track him, knowing other true deities could track him, try to eliminate him. He still took that risk, and that is why we love him. The Wandering Magician, in my opinion, the best persona of him. Even though we did just have him for a short amount of time, he truly showed us the kindness of Klein, and this was truly the last time he could sort of just relax for a minute before he did accept the burden of letting Celeste Worthy take him over and be tortured for eternity. So I think it's so beautiful, but at the same time bittersweet. That's why I placed it at number 1, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know your list, and yeah, that's it for today's video. I have some huge projects coming up for you guys, some brand new like quality of life updates, video ideas, etc. It's gonna be great starting from next week, so look out for those. But yeah, that's why this video is a bit on the shorter end, but those are gonna be absolute fire, so look out for those. Anyways, enough yapping. Thank you guys all so much, and see you guys in the next one.